Fixes stability, fixes for Streamlabs. What? Alright, anyway, update to StreamerBot. Hopefully it doesn't ruin anything I already have set up. What's up, babe? Alright, account connected, 22 voices.
Guess you were streaming after all, hehe.
Yeah, sure. Oh gosh, StreamerBot itself also has an update available. Goodness gracious, I'm finding this out as I'm trying to start stream. That there's updates for StreamerBot and SpeakerBot. Alright. What? Oh gosh, I gotta sign in. I gotta redo my Twitch sign in thing. Oh gosh. No, I needed to log into a different one. For the bot. Great. How do I set it to log into the bot correctly? Wow, apparently I am already streaming to YouTube. Great. I gotta like sign into my bot account. Can't like swap accounts. Not. This is asking to sign into my main account. For use as my bot. I want to help. Hold on a sec. Gosh, I gotta like sign out of Twitch or something to sign in. They can't like let me use a different browser to sign into my bot or something. Give me a minute. Ay, 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 ay. Ow. Okay, so now I can sign in. Oh, you gotta be kidding. What? Authorize. There we go. Logged in successfully. Alright, now my bot is properly connected. Now we can log out of the bot. Back into Twitch. Code from mobile phone. Alright, refresh all this stuff, I guess. Okay. I think that... There we go. Okay. That looks like that's everything now. Huh. Alright. Hello. Welcome. We are on the final qualification for this shit. We're getting our final piece is gonna get made. Oh, we've finished that off. That was a we made that into a bit of a clusterfuck, didn't we? There we go. Well, that's that whole situation taken care of. Now then, what were we were working over here. Apparently I decided this was the best place to start my Milestone 11 factory. Alright, so we needed to slap these two together and turn them magenta. Alright, so we need the blue and the red colors to get mixed. So going into my blueprints, extraction. Oh, color mixing, here we go. Alright, we needed to mix red and blue. Which we can do here, I suppose. So we get our full fluid extraction. Oh jeez. We're also gonna need white. Oh, that got flipped backwards. Processing, color mixing, blue, red. So mix together, bring magenta out that way. And gosh, how does this work in terms of how many of these I need per one of these? Like, am I... Is this gonna fully saturate a single purple thing for painting? I'm also gonna end up needing to switch it over to white anyway. Okay, so plus the green. I forget how color mixing works in terms of how much you get out of... Because this isn't... How does this equal fully saturated? Maybe I... Maybe I should do this, and then, each of these should get split in half, and... Or split each of these in half. And generate white. I don't fucking know. In any case, we need to connect these together. We have to rotate 180, one or the other, looks like. then we'll have to paint them. Or first, we got to stack them. Stack these together, and then paint them. And to start off, we need magenta. Lovely. So it would be magenta plus green is white. For yellow, yellow plus blue. Cyan plus red, huh? Those would all make white. Do 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 do. Okay. There you go. That'll give us the white that we can send over there eventually. Okay, so in the meantime, turn these to magenta, and then shove them on a train. Okay. Meanwhile, we need circles to just get stacked on top of each other. So that's as simple as doing this. Boom, boom. Boom. Okay. Oh, but that's a. We need to also turn those cyan. Okay. Need to paint both sets of circles, so we're gonna need like 2 cyan, and again cyan is red and green. No, blue and green. Blue and green is cyan. Okay, so we're gonna need another blue and green. We're gonna want that to send to color mixing. to send cyan. Again, we're not gonna need the magenta, so like having all those colors mixing together like that, I really don't know. But what I can do, just to boost things a little bit, is just add to each of these. Get another one on here. We can. Alright. Boom. That should ensure that we're good on white. So we're switching to that. And then these mixing into magenta. Or not magenta, cyan. Should come on here. Okay. I think. It's gonna send. Yeah. Magenta. Or cyan. Okay, cyan. Okay, but first we need to send these and these separately, I guess. So what we can do is we can do 2 sets of trains, 2 shape loading. Boom. Quick stop, whatever. And send it on towards the vortex. Oh, and this is the first thing that we can use the... Gosh, I hope I'm not fucking anything up by going this way. Should be good, should be good. As long as we don't do that, we're good. Oh, that would be bad. Okay. Okay, go there. And then... What the hell? What is... Oh, that green's not doing anything. I don't think that green was ever doing anything, right? No, I don't think that particular green is doing anything. Okay, anyway. Train launcher into the vortex from there. Why not? Okay. Alright, so we start off with these magenta of these. Spacebar. And we start with these circles with nothing else going on. Okay. Let's set this as a wait stop. Okay. And then all we need is our train with 2 wagons. Alright. How can I speed this up? In order to speed this up, I'd have to do this and this again. And just increase. Same with this. And I'm feeling very lazy. Alright, what do we do in the meantime? I guess we can work on another side task. Green and blue checker. That's something that we can do with those green squares that we're not doing anything with. Let's see. We've got something better for that. Okay. I thought I had something that was grabbing corners. Cutting. I don't even want that. Alright, triple half split, I guess. If I wasn't running in through the middle of these half circles with this crap. Come on. Wait, why do I have this many squares anyway? What's this? Goodness gracious. Here. Okay, just to be sure that we've got enough of these squares coming through. Okay. What the hell? Let's do this over here. Okay. Send some squares here. Send this green down here. And that will paint those green. And then what we'll do is split these in half. And then we're going to want those to get split in half as well. Shit. And then after some rotations or whatever, then all we do is stack them back on top of each other. Oh, whoops. I didn't rotate either of these by 90 degrees. Alright, rotator. There you go. Okay. Right. So. What? Oh, I need to push those up on pins. God damn it. Motherfucker. What the fuck? Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, in the meantime, we've got to turn these from magenta to white. There you go. Okay. God, that sucks. Alright. Well, once we've got that. Okay. Oh, we need a lot of white. A lot. Well, I guess that's why we're doing that. Yeah, that should give us a bit of white, right? All those should be focused on giving us white. One set of things. No, we need two sets of magenta, or not magenta. Fucking cyan. 2 sets of cyan. Okay. So we need 2 sets of cyan. Okay, can we get another set of blue from here? Should be able to. So if we do this, 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're gonna need so much white. I don't know if that's gonna give us enough white. We need like tons of white. Okay, so 2 things of blue. I don't have enough space to do another thing of green here, but there's another green right here. So that. Send that in. So there's 2 things of blue, 2 things of green. Okay. So there's more cyan. Because we need... Or wait. We need a cyan... No, we don't. Oh, but we need 2 things of cyan, 1 for each circle that's going to get stacked onto each other. Right. Are these ones that aren't pin pushed? You know what? Let's switch this to a gold. Quick stop. Oh, well, okay. Whatever. Once I've got those sent in, let's see, those are being pin pushed. Alright, so yeah, we've got 2 sets of magenta coming from here. Alright, so we don't need to send the magenta from here. Okay, so that means I don't know how much white we're getting from that. Let's head back to this. We'll go and continue working on this while those... We send in those. Alright, these... We rotate this clockwise? Yeah, clockwise. these ones need to be rotated. These ones need to be rotated counterclockwise. Oh, I shouldn't have cleared. Oh well. Rotations counterclockwise. Those are getting stacked, those are getting stacked, and then bucket, shove it on a train. Right. Okay. Oh, okay. And now we need to color those cyan. Alright. So rather than doing this, we do that later. So we need to color each thing cyan. Do the pushing later. Well. Okay. So we need two sets of painting. No. I wanted fluid pipe. Okay. What? Why is that? I don't fucking care. Okay. Do the magenta, then we stack them on top of each other. Alright. Stack those and then pin push. Boom. Easy day. Alright, now for these. Shit. Don't want to do that. There we go. Escape. Right. So... And then we're gonna need tons and 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 tons of white. Which I don't know if we're making enough white. So these are all fully backed up, right? So does that mean I want another one of these? And another triple stack of these as a result? So, do we crystallize this and then stack on top of it? Yeah, I think we crystallize that first. Fuck it. Crystallizer. Do we need to crystallize that first, or can we crystallize after? That's the question. Alright, let's try seeing what happens when we stack. Okay. What happens if we stack these first? So, stackers. Okay. What happens if we what happens when we stack those? That gives us the stackers face the wrong way. I think. What in the fuck? What? It needs to be on the bottom. Right. Is the crystallizer going to fill that in? Alright, that's the question. Can't show until... Can't show it. Is that it? Ah, sick. Alright, we don't have to crystallize twice, thank goodness. Ooh, that's some shit. Awesome. So once we've got all those that we need, let's go ahead and just start sending those. That looks right anyway. Oh yeah. Awesome. And then once, yeah, like I said, once these are done, get rid of these. We'll be able to get rid of, be able to get rid of these, and this, and this. Lovely. Oh, well, let's bring some of the full thing. That's going to be enough because it's 180 per. We only need like 300 more, so we can get rid of these. Yeah. Cool. Cool. what's going on over here? I set this up to... Oh, come on. Wow. Good enough for you? Oh, that's 180. It needs to be clockwise or counterclockwise. I'm stupid. I'm out of water. I'll be right back. Ah. Yeah, that was easy once I got it set up correctly. Alright, so now I just need to send in a stack bunch of circles on it. Okay. And I pretty much need to do the same thing. Oh wait, no, I only have half circles here, so I can only do it once. Rotate. And split in half. And then recombine them. Stickers. Rotate these ones clockwise. That'll give us the just connect with that. We need another stacker. Okay. After that, oh, we need to bring in blue. Okay. Okay. Right. Oh, we need a second set of them. Or we'll have to just split them in half. Then we're gonna need green ones? Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Oh, hold on. There's can't even use those. Get those blue. Just have these ones end up going really slowly. Paint some of them green as well, I guess. So, in blue, we'll have to stick on that, and then we'll have to send a few of them be stacked on top of that. Alright, so how's this doing anyway? Does that seem like it's going like full speed? Oh, that's like backed up. Alright, how's that doing? It's also backed up. Nice. Think. Yeah, should be going pretty much full speed there. Okay, so we're not getting full speed of these. Why not? Why does it seem like this is going slow? Does this need to fully... Does this need to back up? This is splitting in half. So it shouldn't need to... Why is that going so slow? That might help. Need more magenta? We're doing well enough on white that it's fully backing up, or are we only getting exactly as much white as we need? That's fully backed up. Right. So I actually probably need 4 of these for 2 full things of those, yeah. So that actually should be using up all that blue and all blue screens. To make the magenta we need. To make these we need. So that we can make the amount of these that we need. And then we can actually start using our white. Alright, anyway, so now we need to make these blue. Which means I don't need these to go that way anymore. Just need to send those that way. blue. Okay. And eventually, we're gonna need to take some of these blue off of there to send them to get stacked up. And they're going to need to be rotated at 90. Alright, so yeah, so we should start seeing new ones. Why aren't those going? Right. To get a set of so again, copy that. Set of those. Okay. And then the final stack of green ones, two up here, I guess. So we'll send these up. There. The green will have to go on top because this is what's already going to be made. The green will have to go on top. So the way this is set up is wrong. Green's going on bottom. Green's going on top. Okay, and then yeah, so those after they're done going in there, come up here. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. So that'll be that. Again, it's gonna just get slower and slower, but whatever. That's I think that's all prepped, so let's go ahead and look at this, I guess. Well, we could siphon those temporarily. Temporarily siphon some of those for this. Yeah, I really don't know how to set up circuit logic. Well, so that's those almost done. So next is those. Right, and then the green. Is the green just so happens to be in the right spot? Looks like it. Right, so I read something about the operator things. These randomized goals. Some of them will have the crystallization, some of them won't. So the ones that don't need crystallizers, should be easy enough, I guess. Because you can just do each of the quadrants, then slap them together and deliver the correct shape. So if we said, hey, send transmitter. Oh, jeez. Okay. So that's the signal to send, right? And this is what... So we'll say this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and 4. So then each quadrant, each of those 4 quadrants would need to receive that signal. Or can you send a signal that's like I guess dashes? No, you'd have to use another number. You Gonna do like 4 tech 1. No. Damn. Shit. Can you have leading zeros? You can't have leading zeros. Damn it. What? Okay. So what the fuck? Right, and you can't use like you can't do that. either. Oh. Alright, activist nonsense, I guess. There you go. What the fuck? You know what? I don't care. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, WT fuck. So I guess, yeah, I guess this is fucked up. Cool, it's all fucked up, who cares? Still trying to figure out how to fucking do this. I guess, say we did get all those things. The next thing would be to bring them in, right? And stack them together. So the idea would be getting the four things together. And stacking them. The thing is, we'd have to rotate them all back into the correct position as well. So, rotations. So that would end up being the output, and that's not quite what the input was. But that'd be the correct shape. All you'd have to do is do however many rotations to get it correct. So I'd have to do some comparisons. I don't know. So the thing is that, yeah, then you'd have to you gotta make sure you're putting them together in the right order. So, yeah, this is the topmost, that'd be the bottommost. So this would have to get stacked onto... Oh boy. Does it make sense to... break it up like that? Magenta. Do 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 do. All right, fuck it. We'll unlock these. There you go. They're unlocked. Did we ever sort that issue that we were having? These more or less. Apparently I grabbed the wrong spot. Nice. We almost sorted it. I just was fucking stupid and grabbed it from the wrong spot. Lucky me. Whatever, man. I also don't know if I'm making enough white. I don't know if that changed from the previous one. Oh, that's completely different. It's a smiley face. Lovely. Oh gosh, if the top set has pins, then we need to. I need to stack pins on top of something? Couldn't you generate pins? You could have a pin creation thing. So let's say I took this. Did this, and then I did pin pushing. Before, and then after that, if I just kept doing pin pushing, like that would just generate. It would just make pins. Or if I... Yeah, by this point, it's all pins all the way down. So then... Not that. If I then took that and said, alright, let's... You can't unstack. They didn't give us... there's no, like, just unstacking. Unstacking is a thing you can do to a signal, but not to actual stuff. I'm trying to think here. If... I'm trying to think, is there a way I could take these and generate more pin layers? I don't think so. I think this is just something that you'd have to have available to you. So... half split. Half split. Have to rotate it once. Rotate once. Rotate once. there would be source of pins. Assuming I rotated them all to the same direction, which when we were processing these signals, we ended up with everything in the lower left. The top right in this case. I think this is what I want to do would want to do initially. Maybe. Actually, what I would want is... Where did I do that anyway? Over here. What I would like to have happen is to somehow then make these into a single pin. How would I make these into a single pin on a single layer? Because when these get dropped onto something, they'll only... Okay, 180. Alright, let's bend these two for a minute. Wait, what would get deleted if you tried to stack something onto the pens? So I think this would only be useful if the pen was on the top layer. Goodness gracious, excuse me. So when there's a pin, I have to figure out what needs to go above it and then use the pin pusher. I don't think I can do what I was trying to think of here, which was to like just drop a pin on top of something because of bullshit. Okay. Man, circles, square, star, circle, rectangle, star. All that's missing is full-size wedge. One over there. That's also... Oh. Are we getting enough white? Looks like we're not getting enough white. Okay. But it also looks like these are all fully backed up, so... I take this whole mess. Again. might or might not be what we fucking need. I guess arguably, if I need that, then I would need one more. Well, maybe that'll be enough white. Ooh, what a mess. Boom, 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 boom. We could definitely have condensed this a bit more, but clearly compressing things is not what I was thinking about when I was setting it up here. Excuse me. Item producer, fluid producer. I assume the item and fluid producer would be like What's that? What is that? Hmm. Red, blue, green, cyan, purple, magenta. Or cyan, yellow, magenta. There's, what, 7 different colors? So if you had a platform, you had each of the colors coming in. And you only needed one color to go out. Would you do that? Can you flush fluids? launch fluids into a trash like that. I want to test that. Ow. Would you be able to... How would you get rid of fluids then? How would you flush fluids from a system? Oh no, that's for extraction. There's a clear contents button, but there's no way to like tell something to clear the contents. So how would you fucking sink fluids if you were this doesn't work. How would you sink a fluid? I guess you would have to paint it onto something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you son of a bitch. So I guess I need a little space between each. I didn't leave myself. That's probably not even the way to do it anyway. Alright, so checking back in on this. How are we doing here? Oh, well, that looks good. We're missing a couple here and there, but I don't know what's up with that.
Are
What?
you hungry at all or no?
Oh,
Just
not
thinking,
really.
Since it's really slow work today, throw on that brownie batter. You want some brownies?
Wow.
So tasty.
Wow.
Yeah, you want me to start making those?
Wow.
Does
Oh,
that
we're
sound good to
making.
you? What'd you say?
Wow. Wow.
Oh, what's wrong, baby? You know, want some brownies?
I don't know. Not really.
Wow. We'll make them anyway. Then when you smell them, then you're gonna want them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're precious.
Mm-hmm.
I know you love your brownies.
Wow.
You're so precious.
Wow.
Tell him how precious he is, Chad. He's so precious. Yeah, I give him a phone to you.
I can't. I don't know how to do logic gate stuff.
Get back to work.
I don't know. The people who do that sort of thing are just fucking insane. The people who can set up control signals and all that nonsense. Holy shit. Those people, psychotic, I guess. I don't know, maybe I won't go for the infinite operator shapes. It's just too much. It's too much for me. It's too much for my monkey brain. So where are any given slowdowns coming from? Looks like these are all coming in just fine. No, there's some holes. But it looks like these are all coming in fine, so... There's some silly nonsense going on. Okay, there's some straight up fucking bullshit going on. What the hell? Why are we not getting... What the fuck? actual... Fuck. Jesus fucking Christ. I gotta pee. I really don't know how to make anything machine. I don't. I don't know how to do it. It's gonna be crazy to. I'm getting that overwhelmed just from the gosh darn just trying to think about how to set up a fluid thing for a make anything machine. It seems insanely ridiculous. I don't know. I'm really just not the type to get that committed, I guess. I would kind of like to figure it out, but oh my gosh. It just setting up the fucking logic gates and to read each quadrant. I don't know. Congratulations, operator. You passed the final qualification. Continue to improve your operator level to compete against other operators. Shape multiplier. Infinite goals. Woohoo. We done it. We done it. I spent some time trying to figure out how we would do a make anything machine, and I don't know, man. I really do not have that sort of commitment. I don't... This doesn't quite say what it means. But now we could work on those. There's just too much shit that goes into a make anything machine. I don't know. I don't. Northeast first layer quarter. So, well, these are all correct, I guess, in terms of that. So basically, you take these, unstack them, yeah, and then I guess analyze each one so that you can get the color and whatnot. What the fuck? Oh. That's not what we would need to analyze. So we have to analyze each of these. What's this one? I guess. I don't know. So yeah, it'd be this, that, and that. Wow. Alright, and we wouldn't be able to display. Oh boy. so there's no color data for pens. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But hey, that's, I guess, more or less effectively game complete. Platform limit, rear lifts, wheel ratios, and deletion, blueprint toolbar. Right. Yeah, shape previews don't work all the way through sometimes. Pipette clone. Still connected. Cycling variants. Visualizations. Flag delivered enough. Orange lock. Correct future goal. Purple star. Operator level shape kept delivering. Blueprint shape. Challenge difficulty and yeah, change platform floors. Okay. Tutorials. Alright. Well. I think I read on the Discord for Shapes 2 that this is actually just the top percentage is kind of a placeholder. They don't actually have like a leaderboards or anything yet. Anyway. Different train colors in different directions, okay.
This game looks so complicated.
Yeah, it is. Especially now that I've completed it. Effectively, I've completed the main aspect of the game, I guess. I've delivered all the shapes that I need to deliver.
It's so weird it only sometimes reads my messages.
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with your thing because we don't have the Microsoft Andrew voice or whatever anymore, which was a voice that you liked. I think we'll just completely, yeah. We'll
Big Safhe.
Big Sache. Wow. I don't know. Let's see. Why can't I delete that? Yeah, we're gonna reset it for all of them. How do I reset these voices? Users. Goodness gracious. Yeah, you'll just have to use the random voice reset, I guess. Whenever it comes up. I mean, we can try setting up a new voice for you once you find one that you like out of the ones that we actually have now. You can use the random voice reset to try to figure out which one you like. User.
How do I do the random voice reset?
It's one of the rewards. It's pretty cheap.
Huh? It says you did the command? Ha ha.
Yeah, well, the random reset. Yeah, I guess I could also do it manually. I set it up so that it was something that you could just redeem, and so that you can do the redeem.
Oh, I see. I like this voice.
Yeah. I haven't set up. I don't know how I could set up. Here we go. I haven't figured out how we can
Hey Bert,
set.
here at the cafe wants to lock in their current TTS voice. Get
Oh.
them a custom profile on speaker.bot.
Oh, that I that's what it was. I wasn't able to figure out a way to automate it, but I guess do that. All right. So now I just go to hide not present, theoretical furry, and we will go to this. We're gonna get rid of these. Oh, come on. What? Okay, hold on. Users. This person. Settings. There we go. Okay. So now I have to create a new one. How do I do that? How do I create a? I forget how to do this. Okay, so oh, I like this voice. All right, let's see. Processing. Oh, I like this voice. Microsoft Ryan. Okay. So, default voice, viewers. How do we set up a add and set to new voice alias? Ah, there you go. Well, that's easy enough. There you go. That should be set up now.
Leave it up to me to make Fission change his whole setup to help me with the TTS, rolling on the floor laughing.
Well, I mean, I had to change. I had to change the whole setup, and then like I wanted to, you know, get you your custom voice or whatever, but you weren't around for me to do that, so I had to wait for you anyway. Oh yeah, also you can have it so that you just send the trains into the vortex directly. So the train just jump to make deliveries. Hey, that's done. Right. So I'm at the point where I could make random shapes, but in order to... The thing is the random shape... So with the random shapes... You have to deliver that amount, and then it will change to a completely different shape. So you want to create what they refer to as a make everything machine, even though it's more of a, based on my interpretation, it's more of a make anything machine. It's something where you would send in all the different shapes, which there's only 4 different types of shapes. There's the rectangle, circle, rectangle, star, and wedge, even though they're given different actual names. If you look at the knowledge panel and look at shapes, or no, if you look at any given shape or shape viewer, shape code, yeah, if you look at this little instruction for the shape codes, C for circle, R for rectangle, W for diamond. I call it wedge, and then S for star. And then there's pins and there's crystals. Very complicated additions to shapes. And then the shapes could be any of the 7 colors or no color. So basically 8 color options, including none. It's pretty complicated. I've got like a few different, most of my factories out that are out in the world are just factories for a given shape from the milestones. Why is this highlighted? Wow, amazing. Like over here I did milestone 10, and that's just making the specific, all of these 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, these 8 shapes are, you know, effectively like you can send an infinite amount of them, and that'd be good. So what I could do is just keep expanding and like finding different locations and setting up more factories to make more of the shapes, especially now that I have the train delivery option. All I have to do is send a train in, and it will just jump into the vortex and deliver all the shapes instantly. I could set up more of like discrete factories like that. I could go ahead and set up like you know, for any given random shape that I get, I could just make a factory for it and send it in and not worry about it. Or I could try to figure out how to do a make anything machine, and that would involve just being a magician with circuit conditions and logic gates and setting up all this crap to read the there's an option here. There's a thing that says, oh, operator signal, boom, that gives you operator shape 0, or and you can clone it, and then you can get random operator shape 1, and then you can, you know, put that on a wire, and you can put that on display as well, and be like, all right, there's your shapes that you need, and then you can start like playing around with it with the simulated buildings button. And I don't. The thing is, then you have to use those signals to somehow turn the random shapes into actual shapes and actually have them get delivered. And then I guess each level you'll end up having you have to deliver more and more each level. So you eventually maybe would want to make more make anything machines. And then the other thing is, like, there's all these random shapes out in the world, so you could theoretically, for any given like random shape, you could find each layer of shape other than stuff that requires pins. You could find each layer of the shape out in the world, except for, but then like these you'd have to find crystals, or you'd have to set up something to pour crystals in. But even that, point being that, yeah, you could go out in the world and find a given like random shape. So, you know, if I did, what is this? So this is rectangle, circle, star. And look, I can find it, but that one also has an extra thing, so I'd have to like I don't know, if I specify white, that might give me, most likely if I find something now, it'll just be this, most likely, unless I, you know, whatever. So I could go out into the universe and try to see, all right, can we find that random shape that we're assigned to deliver? Which honestly, this shape in particular shouldn't be that rare. The other thing is, actually, is if we just find a rotation of it. Like this. All we have to do is rotate this so that it's facing the correct direction. Because these random shapes are the first time where the direction of the shape actually matters. Other than, I guess, also the direction of the shape matters when it comes to putting them onto a train. You want them to go correctly. So like this. Oh, this is exactly it. How did I miss that? Yeah, that's exactly the shape that we need to deliver for this operator thing. So all we have to do for this would be to extract the shape, shove it onto a train, Stop. Bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle. And send that to join this thing that's heading to the fucking vortex. Easy day. Boom. So now I need 1100 of that shape. But also that didn't... That's weird that I didn't have to like hit collect. For all of these, I would have to hit collect to see the next amount that I need. But anyway, now we can look for that shape, which is circle and star. Except for we don't want anything else. We just want that. And then we just... So we just do the same thing again with this. We just slap this down, but this time we have to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. Boom. Easy enough. Send a train. Boom. Oh wait, that's not right. That's isn't right. I want to go on that one. So that way. Boom. 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 There you go. Another easy one. Yeah, see, these ones you have to claim now. Just sending those to a bin. I mean, you could just rotate those 180 and have them join up with those. Whatever. So yeah, I guess the other thing is that you could do is you could look at, alright, what do I need the least of? Which I guess is this. Or what am I producing the least of? There was a way to look at statistics there. Delivery. You can look at, oh yeah, this is one of the operator shapes, right? And then you can be like, okay, let me increase my production of that. Or something, I don't know. But yeah, now I'm like permanently sending those couple of random shapes that I don't actually need. Is how that ends up looking. So yeah, like I said, there's just the idea of the make everything machine is cool and all, but coordinates kind of cover up some of the things that you could be looking at. There are... Huh. So things will never, like, overlap between platform grids. That's interesting piece of information.
Can I grab you for a moment?
Yeah. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for right now anyway, so
Okay.
go ahead and
Okay.
okay. Yeah. That's it. That's it. We've completed all the milestones and stuff, so yeah.
Okay. Hurry up, I'm only on a quick break at work, folks.
Oh